I wasn't expecting to come back to this one. Greetings and salutations everyone. I'm Ekamak, this is Limbus Company. So we've had plenty of time to figure out what we're doing with all the Luxcavations. I feel like most of my Luxcavation strats worked out fine, but there's two that are still kind of obnoxious. Blubbering Toad and the Brazen Bull. Now, I actually tried out an interesting strategy with the Brazen Bull. It's actually really good, so I want to show what it's like. I'm going to give it a new strat check to the Pride and Envy ones. But for now, let's just get into this. So, in most of these fights, you just deploy the number of people needed, and you get that many actions in the fight. You can't get more or less. There's a specific trick where you can give more skill slots to a specific character, and that's by having less characters. Skill slots are added until everyone has an equal number of skill slots are added in order. So if we have 3 open slots, we get 1 for Rodion, then on turn 2, on turn 3 we get 1 for Sinclair, and on turn 4 we get 1 for Utis. And then we have 6 skill slots, so we're done. But the thing is that Dieci Rodion is very tanky. In previous runs we would actually use Arcor Mersault as a tank for the Brazen Bull, which actually does work because it helps him keep the boss's stagger under check. But the thing is, what Rodion has that he hasn't is the best Gloom ego in the game. So on step 1, she's gonna take a lot of punishment, unless we do this. So the way that Dieci Rodion works, I might have discussed this before, but in case I haven't, here it is. Most of her skills have discard. Most of her skills also give her the discard also works on her little insight value here. So, insight. The last discarded skill rank's value. So she's going to gain a 17 to 22 shield, and then she's going to gain 5% of her max HP and shield on top of that. Still, this is a lot of punishment, right? It wasn't until the last hit that he started dealing actual HP damage to Rodion, and only because he rolled quite a few heads. So, what's the goal this time? An important thing to note, skill 3 here, it throws away 2 skills of the lowest rank in all her slots. Whereas skill 2 throws away the lowest rank in her across all her slots. But her shield discard the highest rank across all her slots. So she's going to throw away her skill 3. Why would we want to do that? Well, I want to make sure that she throws away... I want to make sure she doesn't get into a clash on this turn, but most of her damage is going to be soaked by the shield. The real damage she's going to be taking is burn, so we want to be cautious. But if we're too cautious, then we don't get to do cool things. As you can see, throwing away that skill 3 gave her so much shield the boss couldn't even break it. So now we've reached 3 Gloom. Gain blunt damage up based on damage she takes, including shield damage. If she has 3 insight at the end of her turn, remove 1 negative effect applied to herself. So that's handy. No clashes, only beating them down one-sided. Mind you, her SP means that she's not going to be doing too much good with those die rolls, but look at the shield! And as you can see, she no longer has burn because we threw away her skill 3 and maintained that level 3 insight. She's now also corroded. So, corroded Rhyme Shank. Target the unit with the most HP. If they have more than 50% HP, deal 30% more damage. Trigger Tremor Burst, inflict sinking count. This is the best Gloom Ego in the game, guys. Also, she's getting a +2 damage boost because of her passive. Let's see. You can actually sort of control where you're targeting by checking to see... You have 2 options for your ego. Unfortunately, it looks like we're just going to be throwing it at this one and this one, so oh well. And her other 2 slots are taken up with Panic, so she won't be doing any action on that. As you can see, because the shields aren't up anymore, she is actually taking a bit of stagger damage there, so things did get a little bit hairy, but now we can go on the offensive. So here's the thing, sinking. The next time 15 times this unit is hit, take 20 per fixed SP damage. But Brazen Bull doesn't have SP, so he's taking gloom damage. That's 20 every time we land a hit. And keep in mind, he's fatal to gloom. So actually that's going to be 40 damage per hit. How much damage are we talking about? Oh, and by the way, because she used Rhyme Shank, now she inflicts a power debuff on the boss every time she whacks it. Yeah. Rodion be crazy. There's a reason why sinking is now considered one of the really powerful status effects to rushing down bosses, and it's because of Rhyme Shank.
결국 내 공부가 부족하지 않았다는 거네. 그치? 좋았어.
Anyway, it's time to show off a few new strategies for these boss fights. So until next time guys, take care. See you all around.